All right, people, this is Raptor News. Yesterday, NASA was going to be sending up another SpaceX mission. On Sunday, the rocket was going to come down, and it was going to be a lot of lights in the sky and boom noises.
West Coast could see some strange lights in the night sky and hear some big booms this weekend. But the Air Force is warning residents it's not aliens or UFOs. It's just a SpaceX rocket returning to Earth.
From one rocket, which makes no sense entirely. It makes no sense. So it says that you would hear sonic boom. You know, many of things then went up in space and came back down and in the sky, and it will not cause a sonic boom. It would have to be very high speeds to cause a sonic boom. And you know, and they said booms with an S on it and lights with an S on it. One rocket is not going to be causing all of that, and they know it. So they know full well it's not SpaceX. That's a lie. So anybody gullible and stupid and believe anything that NASA would say, never a straight answer, NASA, then you stay gullible. But what it most likely can be is Hale-Bopp comet is supposed to be coming in, and they saying I believe it comes in on the 23rd, but it's in a dust cloud, so it has meteorites, and the meteorites come down every time this thing passes, and it could be like 15 or 16 days early. You never know. So it could be something from that coming in, and then you have this asteroid Bennu, you know, that they're gonna supposedly send nukes up, and then this is NASA, and try to blow this thing out of the air before it strikes Earth. It could possibly be something like that. It don't have to be that particular, but something in that nature. And then we have a guy who did a time lapse, a 24-hour time lapse, and then notice how many meteorites is coming down out of the sky out of this time lapse, you know, and then some strange object flies past the sky, you know, that's red, you know, which is crazy. And I probably should have zoomed in on it to see exactly what it was or what it is, you know. And so also something that is disturbing me is Ezekiel 38 number 8 have been on my mind, you know, a lot, because it kind of differs from the rest of the verses that are like this in the Bible, which is supposed to be our deliverance in these end days. So it says, and it's Ezekiel 38 number 8, after many days thou shalt be visited in the latter years, thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword. So the Gentiles is going to overrun or trodden down the Israelites with the sword to the end of time. So we know the latter years is the end of time, and we know who's under the sword, and that is so-called Africans Americans, you know. And it says we brought back, so the captivity is turned. And but it is said, you shall come into the land that is brought back from the sword. So we're back in Israel. So listen to it. And is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel. So we gathered out of the many nations, which have been always a waste. So Israel has been always a waste. But watch what it says. But is brought forth out of the nations, and thou shalt dwell safely, all of them, in the land of Israel. Right? And then it says, they shall ascend and come like a storm. They shall be like a cloud to cover the land. And they and all their bands, which mean military, and many people with them. So watch. And they shall say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. So I looked up unwalled villages in the Bible and stuff like that, and you know, I just came up with Israel. And so we return back to the land, Israel. That's what I come up with, you know. And this is just studying straight out the Bible. And it says, I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gate. And so they want to come up and take a spoil, and then the meteorites and everything come down when they're trying to destroy us, right? And so that's been on my mind, because other verses pretty much say that, when the war go down and everything else, then God come and lift his people up during that time. So I don't know if it's going to be a simultaneous thing, but I do know that the prophecy is coming to pass right now. I do know that the prophecy of Armageddon is coming to pass, and I also know that the prophecy of the 400 years that was told to Abraham in Genesis is coming to pass. And so, like I said, we on year 399 and then some months. So basically, that prophecy should be coming, soon. And so when people say, okay, a strange light's going to be in the sky and booming noises, we never know what it's going to be. If they said it was going to be a United States world event or something like that, or states event, then I will be pretty sure that, they call it the rapture, you can call it a lifting, you can call God delivering his people, you can call it whatever you want to. But we know it to be as the rapture. Basically we just taken up and are lifted out other nations. And that's supposed to be an ensign for the nations. So we would know that, something big happened like that. But I think it's going to catch everybody unawares. So we don't know what's going to happen this Sunday, which is today, right now. And I have this to say about that. If that happens between 6 and 9, then that would let me know that that's the Nibiru system. If it happens early in the morning between 6 and 9, that would let me know that it's the Nibiru system, because these are the times that planet shows. So when the sun go down, a little bit after the sun goes down, maybe an hour and a half after it goes down, this thing pops off and these lights pop off. It ain't what they say it is. It's Raptor News.